everybody, this is Becky Browning with Wallflower Greetings. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I hope that you're having a beautiful day with those that you love. Today, I'm coming to you live from Killeen, Texas, and you can probably hear dogs barking in the background. That's kind of how we roll around here. So you're going to hear dogs and probably all kinds of things. If you don't know where Killeen is, it's near Fort Hood. So the other thing that you might hear is some artillery and stuff going on in the background. So anyway, just letting you know what's up and what you might hear in addition to, in addition to this video. So welcome. If you're joining me now or later, I appreciate you and I hope that you enjoy this video. I am going to talk a little bit about paper pumpkin yet again because it's one of my favorite things, and show you what I made from last week. So last week, if you joined me, you know that I actually put together, well, I didn't put it together, but I showed you what was in the kit for the January paper pumpkin, which was a Valentine's theme. And I did put them together and I posted the pictures on my Wallflower Greetings page. But if you didn't get to see them, I'll show you a few of the samples here because I haven't given them all away yet. So here are some of them that I made. They're all a little bit different. This one says, be mine. These two say, be mine, and then sending love and kisses to you. And I didn't tie them together yet because I wanted to show you the insides. I made each one of them different. There's this one with the envelope with the exploding hearts coming out, and a little heart that says from, and then I just signed my name. And I took my Stampin' Right marker and just made a little design, little dots here at the top where the that little edge is. So here's this one, very similar. All right, and then this one may be about the same. Yeah, very similar. So I made them kind of similar on the inside. And I do apologize for the dog barking. She's very articulate, let's put it that way. I also stamped some little hearts in the inside flap as well. And how I did that, I'll show you real quickly. With the stamp set, you got some little hearts, and these are photopolymers, so they're very sticky. And one of them has from, and one of them has to on it. So I just took one of the hearts, and it doesn't matter which one. And because the blocks are so big, okay, you can real easily, I mean, this will stick to that and you can stamp with it, but what happens is, because it's such a large block and you have such a small stamp, you can get ink all around here, which ends up on your stamp on your page. So I decided to do something a little different since I didn't have a small block. And this is a little tip. If possible, make sure that your blocks fit the size of your stamp. That's kind of important. But since I didn't have that and I'm traveling light, you may want to, kind of just rub your fingers together. I just use my finger. I'm actually going to stick this to my finger. So I've stuck the heart to my finger and then I just dipped it into the ink spot to get some ink. Now you'll also, I don't know if you can tell or not, but I actually have this flipped around. Here's the image, the side with the heart with the from or to, but I actually turned that around so that I'm using actually the back side of my stamp. So that because I just wanted just the heart. I didn't want the from and to. So that's how I made the hearts. That's pretty easy. You can do that with pretty much any small stamp. In fact, some of the love and some of these smaller words, I actually did the same thing with this stamp set. So that's what I did with those. So I just wanted to show those real quick, and I'll repost a picture of that. Also, I want to talk to you a little bit about Paper Pumpkin and what's going on for the month of March. In March, Paper Pumpkin celebrates 5 years. So they're going all out, and I don't know exactly what the surprise is, but in the March kit, you will get some kind of a free item, something that you can use, not just for your Paper Pumpkin projects. I don't know what it is because as a subscriber, just like you, if you've subscribed, we don't know what it is. It's kind of, that's the whole point and the whole magic of Paper Pumpkin is that it is a surprise in the box every month. So I don't know what it is. It should be a lot of fun. And, I just love getting paper pumpkin because it's something that I can, again, take with me. It's something usually pretty easy. And if you've noticed, I don't particularly follow the instructions to the letter. I kind of do my own thing. So anyway, that's a little bit about paper pumpkin. In order to get the March kit, by the way, you need to sign up by March 10th. So that is the deadline to get the kit in the mail for March. So if you're interested in that, please contact me and I can help you sign up. I'll also post a link so that you can sign up directly if you would like to do that. Okay, so I decided that, yes, it's Valentine's Day. It's almost over, but I'm going to do one more Valentine card. And again, these could be changed into anything you want. They don't necessarily have to be Valentine's. They could be a thank you or whatever you'd like for it to be. But I'm going to use the narrow Whisper White note cards and envelopes from the Occasions catalog. They come in a pack of 20. You get pre-cut, pre-scored cards, and I've already folded mine in half and burnished it with a bone folder so that I get a good crease. And then you get the cute little envelopes, which I think are really great. I love the little flap here, which is rounded, so it's a nice different touch. So I'm also going to use some extra supplies from the paper pumpkin kit from that I showed you last week. So I've got some of these banners that are the pre-cut stickers that you can peel off and use. So I'm going to use that. I'm also possibly going to use the stamps from the paper pumpkin kit as well. But I'm also going to use something else. Oh, I'm going to use my ink spot, and I'm going to use a black Stampin' Write marker. But I'm also going to use this stamp set here, which is called Heart Happiness. It's one of my featured stamp sets for this month. And I love it because I love the images here. Some of them are really great for mail cards because I have a really hard time. I love flowers and things like that, but to me, you can, this one you can use really easily. I like this image here, which I think this is the one I'm going to use. This heart here that kind of looks like it's got stripes and it looks like kind of like watercolor, which I really like. So we're going to use that one. So I'm going to go ahead and take that heart out and mount it on a clear block. Now, one of the things that you need whenever you're stamping with photopolymer, which these are the clear stamps that are very clingy, okay, and they stick really, really well to your block. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick it on there. I'm going to actually do it at an angle so that it fits. Okay, there's my stamp. Now, I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way, and I'm going to grab my card, which I'm going to stamp directly on. But one of the things that you need is you need a really good firm surface. And I am so sorry, the dog is just, I don't know what's got her going, but she is really getting after it. Anyway, I don't know what that's about. So we'll just have to continue on with the barking and all. I guess she's serenading us, who knows. All right, so what you're going to need is you're going to need something firm to stamp on. I'm using a card table that's at my sister-in-law's, which is great to have a good space for stamping, but it's not really good for getting a good impression. So I forgot to bring my Stampin' Pierce mat, which is another option. So guess what I have? I just have a small wood cutting board, and this worked perfectly for my purposes. So we're going to use that for our firm surface. And I'm going to open my card out, and I'm going to do it where it is portrait rather than landscape so that my heart fits on here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Stampin' Write marker. I've got to find it first because I've moved it. Here it is. I'm going to take the brush tip. So here's the brush tip. And I am going to... I'm just going to paint basically onto my, I'm turning it kind of sideways, and I'm just brushing it on to my stamp. I'm going to use that for my ink. Because I didn't bring an ink pad, a black ink pad, and I kind of wanted to use black for this. And this may not be perfect, but I'm not really going to worry about it so much. I just want to get some color on there. Because it sort of looks like it's been watercolored, to me it doesn't matter if it's, if there's ink where I don't want it. Let's just put it that way. I'm going to take this and look at it. It's hard to do it under the camera, so I'm just going to go over it again, and then I'll show you what I have here. Alright, I think this is good. So that's what it should look like, something like that. And I'm going to huff on it. I'm just going to moisten it, and then I'm going to stamp on my card. And I'm sorry I keep hitting the camera, so I'm just going to give it a good press. One thing about stamping on a card table, it sure bumps the camera a lot, so I do apologize. See, so now I've got a hole kind of in the middle because I didn't get much ink, I guess, right there. But I am not going to worry about it because I think I'm just going to cover that up because, again, I have these stickers. I'm just going to put this on top and see what I like, if I like that. Yeah, I do. I think this will be cute. So I'm going to do it at an angle so that it fits. Okay, there's my sticker. And then I'm going to take, what do I want on here? So I'm going to take another stamp from the paper pumpkin from January. What do I want here? Goodness, I do not know what's got her all upset. No idea. Not a clue. And I just dropped one of these clear stamps on the floor, so that's lovely. Hopefully I'll find it. I may have to look for it later. That's one thing about clear stamps. Once you drop them, sometimes they are really, really hard to find. Let's see. I think I'm just going to do a love in the middle here. Let's see if I can find it. Goodness, she is getting after it. I don't know what has gotten her so upset. Maybe she doesn't like that I'm in here doing my thing. Who knows? Silly girl. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little love stamp and I'm going to stamp it on here. But again, I'm going to use my finger, so I'm going to stick it to my finger. See if I can get it to stick on there. Okay, like that. And I'm going to take, and I'm sorry the lighting is awesome in here. Not. The lighting's terrible. Again, that's kind of one of the things of crafting when you're traveling. Your lighting may not be the way you want it. Things may not be just perfect, but you can still make it work. So I've inked, what I did is I'm going to ink this stamp up in my little ink spot here. And I'm just going to stamp it. I'm going to have to turn this at an angle. And I really don't care if it's straight or anything because it's at an angle anyway. See how that did. Yeah, that did great. Now if I wanted to, I could add some things to this. I could add a heart if I want to. I think what I want to do, though, in the kit from last month, there is, let's see if I can find it. Maybe I used them. There were some little dots to decorate with, but I may have used them all. Looks like I might have. So I think I will do something different then. See, this is kind of one of those things when you can't find what you need, just improvise and move on. So I think I will go ahead and stamp a couple of hearts on here. So I'm going to show you how I did that. Yeah, the heart's the one that I lost from this stamp set. I'll have to go find it, crawl around on the floor and find it. So again, I don't want I think this says from on it. It's hard to tell. But I don't want the from image, so I'm going to flip it around where the front is in the back, and I'm going to stick it to my finger. And open my ink spot, and I'm just going to go ahead and stamp couple of these. I'm going to ink this up, and let's see, stamp one there, and I'm kind of just coming off the edge. I'm just stamping them kind of random. I did about 3. Okay. That's kind of cool. All right, so there's that. Now, one of the things that you really want to bring with you when you're traveling is some baby wipes. Last week I didn't have them, so that's okay. With photopolymer, I just ran them under the sink and washed them off. So that's perfectly fine. With photopolymer, you can get away with doing that. Real quickly, I am going to use my baby wipes and just clean these off really good. And I'm just, wiping them down. Now, again, with any stamps over long term, you don't want to use baby wipes. You want to use your Stamp and Scrub, every now and then, and make sure they're truly clean, because what happens after a while is the fibers kind of get into your stamps of the baby wipes. So it's a good alternative, though, for travel, or if you just need to clean your stamp really quickly, if you're doing, mass producing a project and you just need to move on, that's a good way to do that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and clean my heart while I'm at it. A big heart, got it done. Okay, so, now less is more. I think I like it just like that. I think it's cute. And this took very little time. So that is really, 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 really easy. And didn't take a lot of supplies either. So probably what I might do is I might stamp a heart or something on the envelope flap. But this is ready to go. So I love that. So that's my quick little project for you today. I want to show you real quickly some other samples that I made. And I just recently started participating in something called a blog hop. And I'd heard about them before, but I didn't know exactly what they were. So I asked around and kind of, was like, what is this? What exactly do you do? And I got invited to participate in one. So I wanted to share with you my samples from that blog hop. So we posted on February 11th, which was last Sunday. So if you go to wallflowergreetings.com, you can see those there. I'll also repost a link at my page, Wallflower Greetings. And our theme, each month we have a theme. And this month our theme was anything using Sale-a-bration products. So I picked the Amazing You stamp set and coordinating Thinlit dies. So these are things that you can get free with a minimum purchase. For every $50 you spend, you get a free gift from the Sale-a-bration brochure. And they've got some new stuff out that just came out recently, which is really, really cool as well. So you want to check that out. You can check that out on my my online store, and I'll again post a link to that so you can look at those as well. But let me show you what I did from the blog hop. So basically the premise is you visit my page, or one of the demonstrators who's participating. You visit the page, you look at the samples, and then there's a next button, and you just move to the next person who's participating. And so you basically hop around and move to each person's blog and look at the samples. And it's a great way to get ideas and get inspiration that way. So again, I featured the Amazing You stamp set, so I want to show you the samples. This first one was really, really easy. It's just basically, monochromatic, which I love to do. Very simple. The flowers are stamped in archival black ink. It's mounted on a piece of the smoky slate, and then the card base is whisper white. This next one, the flowers are stamped again in archival, and I used the Daffodil Delight, the 2 shades of Daffodil Delight from the blends, and just colored them in. Now you do have to be careful when using archival ink with the blends, because both the archival ink and the blends are alcohol based, so this could bleed. But I think it turned out pretty good. You just got to be really careful about not really scrubbing over the stamped image. So what I did is I cut out this edge here, and then I mounted it on a piece of Designer Series paper. And this is Petal Passion. This is the striped side of a piece of the Petal Passion Designer Series paper. I popped these up on dimensionals, this amazing, and made hand cut a little banner. And then I stamped the U in Whisper White Craft, Whisper White, and then embossed with white embossing powder on the black. The next one is a lot of fun. I enjoy doing these, and I don't know that the lighting gives this justice, but I use the Petal Passion Designer Series paper again. This is a floral design, and the flowers, I just stamped them with the black archival ink. This time what I did is I colored around the flowers using a silver Sharpie, so that's a lot of fun. So I think it made them really pop out. And then I used the I'm just trying to think what they're called, intricate dragonfly dies to cut out the dragonfly, and I used the silver glimmer paper. There we go, the silver glimmer paper. And then also what I did is I also colored some of the flowers on the DSP with the silver marker as well. The next one is really fun as well. It's also kind of tones of silver and white. So on this one, I took a piece of the basic gray cardstock and I used the silver embossing paste to make the background, which is the brick wall. And then I stamped 2 flowers in archival black ink. I stamped 2 more flowers and I cut them, I stamped 2 more flowers and then I put on with just sponged on some Pool Party. Then I cut the flowers out, popped them up on dimensionals, and put the clear faceted gems in the middle. Of course, the glimmer paper is used to cut out the Celebrate and the U, which is the coordinating thinlet dies that go with this set. So that was a lot of fun to make. And then my final one, which I got a lot of compliments on, and it was one of the easiest ones to make, and I think I kind of like it the best too. So I used the Whisper White Narrow note cards, and I did a thank you note. I just stamped the flowers, 3 of them, in the basic black archival and sponged on some sweet sugar plum. And I also stamped the envelope. Another thing that I did is I took my black Stampin' Write marker, the thin tip, and I just made some dots all around just for some interest. So those were my samples. I hope you enjoy them, and I hope you will visit my blog and hop around on the blog and see everybody's creations in the blog hop. So thank you so much for joining me. That's all for today. I will be back next week. Oh, and I almost forgot to reveal what happened to me last week. Okay, so if you watched last week, I had a mishap. I was traveling, let's see, where was I last week? I was in Lubbock. And I had brought something with me that, dummy me, I didn't put in a Ziploc bag. And so it exploded all over my suitcase. And my question was, what exploded in my suitcase? So that was your challenge, to see if you could answer that. The answers that I got were, the most common answer I got was shampoo, which is kind of a normal thing, you'd think, right? But no, I'm kind of abnormal, and I bring kind of crazy stuff with me. So I tend to travel with food, and I had a can of that bowl of Campbell's tomato soup. So those bowls that you can just peel off the top and heat them in the microwave. I had one of those in there, and it was tomato soup. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is what exploded inside my suitcase. So you can just imagine the mess that I had. It was insanely horrible. I can't even tell you how bad it was. It took me hours, really, to clean up that mess. Thank goodness I didn't have to go buy new clothes. My clothes were spared. I just had some socks and some stuff that got stuff on them, but otherwise it was okay. But the suitcase itself, nah, there's no way that I can get the smell out of that, so it's a goner. But I've had it for a while, so I wasn't too upset about that. But still, wow, what a mess. So that was what what exploded in my suitcase. So thank you for participating and for guessing, and I kind of figured no one would get that one. So anyway, there you go. That's the deal. So I will see you guys next week. And let's see, am I going to be home next week? I don't even know. That's pretty sad. But anyway, I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you later. Bye.